Right. Good evening, people. My name is JR and I am the FR Gooner. I'm joined there today by some Arsenal fans. We got Kerr, we got Marcelo, we got Naber. How are you guys? You good?
All good,
Yeah,
man.
all good, man. All
Yeah.
good, man.
If you don't know that we've just been watching we're watching the Spurs match and they've just scored, so we're not too happy. The mood's gone down, but it is what it is. There's still 20 minutes to go, so hopefully Southampton can do something. But it's been a long time since we've seen a bit of football, and it's due to come back this week. It's been about 3 weeks, I think, since we played Burnley, so it's been a while. Obviously, we've seen the AFCON. I don't know if you guys watched any of that, if you saw the final or anything.
Yeah, no, very
Bits
as a
and
half
pieces.
West African. Obviously, it's not my team, but
Yeah,
I love West Africa, so it was lovely for Senegal to win it.
yeah,
And the
yeah,
team is sick.
yeah. They're
When I
cold.
actually went through from the
The
goal,
team.
I was like, "Red, they've got them, they've got him, they've got
Yeah,
him, they've got him." So
yeah.
it was lovely for them to win that, man. So yeah, happy for that. Obviously
Nah,
not Ghana because we got but
yeah, yeah.
techie, but yeah,
Yeah. I was
we'll
watching.
see.
You guys didn't do too well this time round, but it was good. Yeah, for
Uh,
a West African team to do well,
mm,
as you said.
it's important for me. Yeah,
Yeah, they got a bad team, so respect to them.
bad boy team.
Final was a
Yeah,
bit boring, if I'm honest, but
yeah.
I was happy that they won it in the end. So yeah, and obviously we've had FA Cup recently. A few surprises. Or
We've had FA.
well, no. In the UK, we've had FA Cup. I should correct myself. Sorry, we haven't had no FA Cup because we got knocked out. So yeah, it is what it is. But this week, to be fair, there were some more surprises. Obviously we had Man United getting kicked up again to Middlesbrough. That was a shot for me in a way.
Yeah.
But also Leicester as well. That was another shot and victory for Nottingham Forest. I mean, can we look at that Nottingham Forest defeat now in a beer and say, we were slightly unlucky. We played a good team, obviously.
So ninth in the championship, and we were unlucky. No, we were shagged that day. Listen, we were. Come on, you can't be looking at other teams and saying, "Oh well, it's Nottingham Forest in the championship. That should
Yeah,
be bread and butter for us." Yeah.
yeah.
So
No.
no. I like that one though. That's a slick move. It's very slick.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I mean, I was watching them against Leicester. They played a good match. It was a good result. It was well deserved as well. I like that guy. What's his name? Dej Spence. I thought he played quite
Yeah, the
well.
right back. Yeah,
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 the
he's
right
very
back.
good.
He had a good performance, man. I mean, in
Well, thanks,
terms of
bro.
yeah, well, obviously we were looking at him, I believe, in January. And I know Tottenham put in a couple bids as well, and they got rejected. Um, we'll start with Kerr. Is that someone that you would kind of look to bring in as backup for Tomiyasu? As a if we offered 7 million and we got him, is that someone you would like to bring in or not really?
I mean, we do need an option on the right side. He looks, pretty strong, pretty athletic, pretty quick. Look pretty good defensively. Look pretty tenacious.
Yeah,
Um, he looks a good prospect. I'm not really sure of his age. I think he's
21.
fairly young. Fairly young. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good age profile. Yeah, looks strong. Hasn't looked phased in any of the games against the bigger teams that I've seen him play so far,
For
Mm.
real, yeah.
which is a good sign. Like when a player looks like he's playing at a level he could play at. He didn't look out of his depth or anything,
Mm.
or didn't look phased by the competition. If anything, it looked like it motivated him. So that's a good thing. So yeah, but why not? If it, like you say, if it's a cheap punt like that or whatever, it's a prospect. When you're
Yeah,
talking money like 7 million, anything like that, 10 million and below, you don't mind paying for a prospect, really, do you? You know what I
yeah,
mean? When they're young, they've got resale value um on their side and whatever. You don't mind them kind of things because they could turn out, to be gems or whatever. So why
yeah.
not? He's
No,
shown promise.
100%. I think Tottenham put a 10 million bid in, and they actually Middlesbrough actually rejected because he's on loan at the moment. I think he plays for Middlesbrough, but he's on
Yeah,
loan
that's
at
correct.
Nottingham Forest. What do you think of him, Marcelo? Any thoughts on him? Would you
Yeah,
agree with
I
Kerr
definitely
or?
rate him. I mean, he seemed pretty big. Like he's a big guy. He's
Mm.
fast, and I
Mm,
think the biggest telling for me, the thing that told the most for me was he was playing against Martinelli, who's been one of our better players for the past few months. And he shut him down. And he was in really good form around the time we played against them. So for him to so convincingly shut down Martinelli and Tierney, like Kurt said, one thing that you can tell if a player is really up for it is if they up their game against bigger sides. And I feel like he very much matched who we had on the right side or our left side. So I'd love to get him. He'd be cheap. We could focus. There's a backup right back we need, but not as badly, obviously, as a striker and 2 center mids. So if we could get a backup right back without, spending too much of that money, I would be all for it.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I've looked at his stats because I thought, this guy, every time I see him on TV, he plays well, to be fair, and he looks like a Premiership quality, so to speak. Then I looked at his stats for on loan to Nottingham Forest, and he's played 24 games. Obviously, he's 21 years old. In terms of he's played the average of 93 minutes, so he's had the minutes in. But in terms of his actual ratings that he's got after matches, is a 6.15 out of 10. So it seems for me it's weird. It's a weird one because and I was reading reports from Nottingham Forest fans, and they were saying that when the TV's on, the cameras are on, this guy steps up. Do you know what I'm saying? But in terms of week in, week out, they ain't seen that guy. So there is the question of his consistency. But definitely, he's definitely shown that he's got the talent to kind of play against the best. And if he can do that on a more consistent basis, then by all means, let's take the punt and we can get for about around 10 million. I say, why not, so to speak? He's just got to keep that consistency up, because let's not forget he left Middlesbrough because he wasn't consistent with his play. So he's on loan for that reason. So it may have just sometimes it just clicks as with life. So hopefully it's just clicked and he can keep that consistency up. There's been a talk as well with Tomiyasu. I don't know if you guys have heard this one. Obviously he's received a lot of praise, but at the same time, people have questioned his attacking ability. And I don't know if that's something that you guys believe is something to be true, or if it's something that is maybe something that talking rubbish, so to speak. Now, Bear, what's your thoughts on Tomiyasu and what he's shown us so far, and especially his attacking ability?
I think I think Tomiyasu is, as I said, I like to give credit when it's due. And I think
positivity.
No, I think there's 2 things I could say that has been positive from Mikel this season, and that was obviously pushing through that deal for Tomiyasu, because I didn't really see that one coming, and I know Eddie was pushing for Emerson Royale. Southampton has scored, fantastic, but let's stay professional.
Oh, yes, come on, let's come on.
But so but I think that's a little bit of a cop out from some Arsenal fans if they've criticised him for his attacking play. I think he's been fantastic, to be honest with you. And I salute Mikel for that one, because what I like about him is sometimes with kind of with like the Southeast Asia players, it's the effort that they put in, but also technically gifted and just so hardworking. And the thing is, he's young as well. I think he's about 22, 23 years old. And he can actually play. I mean, when we get our next manager, he can actually play in the back 3 as well, on the right of that as well.
Yeah.
So, do you know what? There's a lot of options with him. But so, I mean, that one about his attacking play, I think there's a few more names on the list that should really be taking responsibility, rather than our right back who's come first season. So I think that could be some excuse making already, which, in the next couple of months, there's going to be a lot of.
Yeah, but if you compared him to, say, Tierney in terms of attacking play, then, it doesn't compare to Tierney in terms of bombing forward and getting those balls into the box, etc. Is that not a fair argument, or is that?
No, I think it's about balance. Our last great defense was Lehman, Lauren, right back, Toure, Campbell, and Ashley Cole. Now, Ashley Cole is probably one of the greatest For me, the greatest English left back of all time and one of the best in Europe. And he was more attacking, but it's about balance. Like Lauren was technically gifted, but you're not going to be bombing down. It's about balance. You can't have, two, fullbacks that are going to be like the Liverpool fullbacks. That's kind of rare. You're always going to get one who's a little bit, but I still can't even believe, we're even questioning anything about Tomiyasu's game. The only bad game I think I've seen was away at Brighton, where he was just getting turned left, right, and centre. But apart from that, I think he's been really good. So
I think
I'm shocked with that one.
Yeah, Burnley is. I think obviously he's just come back. He just come back from
Southampton have
injury.
gone 3-2, guys. Southampton have gone 3-2 up.
No way.
Yeah,
bro.
this is why I love the Premiership. This is why we love the
Are you
Premiership.
being serious?
Huh?
Yeah, 3-2. Yeah.
See, look at the smiles on our faces now.
Let's just wait. Let's wait.
I don't even want to get excited. My group chat started to go already. You know, when you're like, listen, I don't even want to get involved, man. I'm not even involved.
Oh man.
So I'm shocked. I'm shocked with that one.
Yeah. So obviously, I think the previous match, I think it was Burnley. He had a poor match, but he had just come back from injury. He just come back from COVID, to be fair. There's doubts on whether he's going to be playing against Wolves in the match tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Marcelo, if he doesn't play, who would you? Is it Cedric for you, or was it be Ben Wright at right back?
Yeah, it hurts to say it a little bit because I'm really not a big Cedric fan. I think that's one of the signings Arteta made that just I never fully got. But I would have to go with Cedric personally, because the thing for me is that he's not great defensively by any means, but what Ben White offers us from center back, I don't think Holding comes even close to offering us, in that Ben White can play those really effective balls over the top. He can drive forward with the ball. I don't trust Rob Holding dribbling out of the back, and he just doesn't have that distance passing on him at all. And if Ben White's at right back, he doesn't really get forward at all, like as effectively. So while Cedric is a defensive liability, if Ben White's next to him, I would trust Ben White more than I would trust Holding to clean up after Cedric. And Cedric would offer us at least a little more in attack. He can whip a ball.
And he is an actual right back, isn't he? So I'm sure he'll be a little bit more comfortable in that position. Yeah. I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, no, friend. Would you agree there, Kerr?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. And
I would.
I want to put out the name of Tariq Lamptey as an option in the summer. Is that someone that you guys would agree with, or is that a no? Is there no one in favor of that? I'll let anyone
what
answer.
it is? Again, I think it's about distribution of resources for me. Like, I just feel like there's other positions in our team right now that I feel will take our level further than improving
100%.
or trying to improve our right back. I feel like Tomiyasu, as his first, like we say, he's halfway through his first season. I think he's done really well. He's young. He's only going to improve. I feel like you can see already, like, he's technically a good player. You know, he's comfortable with the ball, can receive it on both feet, pass out with both feet, and whatnot. So he's only going to improve. And I don't think he's tasked to be a Tierney either, if I'm being fair. I think Tierney, the team's kind of designed a little bit to give Tierney that license to push up the left-hand side. Whereas I feel like, and having a Tomiyasu, who is, more solid and a little bit more reserved as a player type, is actually why Arteta's gone for him.
Yeah, fact.
Do you know what I mean? Rather than an Emerson Royale or someone like that, whoever else we was looking at, there was going to be more adventurous, for example, or a ball or a scene for more for their attacking qualities, for example.
Yeah, no, I agree. Good points raised. So let me ask you another question, Kerr. Obviously tomorrow we're due to play Wolves. I just want to get your feeling on the left side. Obviously previously December, I would say we've been playing Martinelli on the left. I think we got 21 goals in the month of December. Obviously, it's gone a bit pear-shaped recently. I think we got 1 goal in January. And Arteta tried to play Emil Smith-Rowe and Martinelli together in the same team in the Burnley match. Didn't quite work, if I'm honest with you. So if we're looking to play that 4-2-3-1 position formation, sorry, who would you play on the left? Would it be ESR? Obviously, he's been coming off the bench and getting the goals, but Martinelli has been a threat on that left as well, and he's been linking up well. He played well against Man City, obviously the Leeds match as well, which was really his birth in that position for us, in my opinion. Who would you start on the left with? Is ESR or Martinelli? To ask you the difficult questions, bro.
It's a tough one, bro. I think at the moment I'm still gonna have to say Martinelli, because I don't feel like he hasn't done anything at the moment to not play him. Obviously, we've had a break and whatever at the moment, and I feel like he had a bit of a for Martinelli standards, he's had a bit of a run in the team, which he hasn't had. I can't remember. Yeah, the last time he's had a run of games like this.
Yeah.
So this might have come at a good time for him to have had that little break, 18 days or whatever it's been, of no football. So 3 weeks by the time he plays a game or whatever. So yeah, I think it might have been a good time for him to refresh his batteries, and I think he'll be raring to go. I don't think he'd put a foot wrong, and I feel like when Smith-Rowe does something to finally displace him or whatever out of the team, then.
So Nabil, would you agree with that? Because obviously ESR's he's our top goal scorer, and at the moment we're Kurt's saying to play Martinelli on the left. Would you agree to kind of keep out our top goal scorer and keep Martinelli on that left side?
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely agree. I think Martinelli has to continue to play, and that, to be honest with you, it's supposed to be a problem we're supposed to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, I mean, you're supposed to have these. I'm not going to say a problem really, because I don't think we have scored enough this season. But it's nice to know where ESR is there, just in case we need a goal. Because to be fair, personally the squad is bone thin now. So I would like to look onto the bench if it's going to be, a tight game, or we're going to look like, we're a bit impotent in attack. It will be good to look to the bench and say, okay, let's bring on ESR. For me, that lifts me with a little bit more, because, as I said, he's trimmed the squad now, and the two strikers, it's 3 goals between them. But I did watch an interview with him earlier, and he was saying that, he has full faith in the 3 goals between them strikers. So it's good that the other 3 have to chip in. So it's good that we've got some options there. But it's going to be one hell of a ride for the next season. But Martinelli, he deserves it. I think he's waited. He works hard as well. ESR does offer it a lot, but I like Martinelli. I think there's a moment of magic there. And against Wolves, I think they actually have got the best defense at home, isn't it, for any out of all the clubs? True. So I think we're going there well prepared.
Yeah. Wow, a little smile from the bear. Fantastic. I can't believe it, bro. What's going on, man?
I'm crossing my fingers under the desk.
Yeah. So you did mention, obviously, Arteta talking today in regard to everything that's been happening. He spoke on the Aubameyang situation briefly. He spoke about having faith in those strikers as well. You also spoke about, obviously, Lacazette becoming a new captain until the end of the season. Let's first talk about, you had a little smile when you're talking about having faith in those strikers. Do you think until the end of the season we've got enough in this team to get goals, so to speak? Or are you fearful?
I won't say I'm fearful. I think I'm just resigned to what is going to happen. But I don't want to be one of those people like I told you so. But if I am invited back onto this podcast, it's going to be one of the ones where I have told you so. So, you know, the people want to see it, so you got to give them what they want. To be honest with you, you know what I mean? But no, but listen, this is so risky. I think it's a nonchalant move. Sometimes you do need to kind of cut. I tell you what was interesting. Quickly, Wayne Rooney's last season, Man United, 2013. Wayne Rooney, you know, a couple of seasons before, you know, his agent Paul Stretford came out, said some silly things that they needed to have a little bit more ambition.
Yeah.
Now, Alex Ferguson had to bite the bullet. You know, he didn't want to give him.
It was a move. It was a move to get more money.
Yeah, because but Alex Ferguson knew you're not going to disrespect Man United, but he thought, do you know what? I need this guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
In his last season, when he signed Van Persie, it was long for Rooney. I just remember Rooney on the bench all the time, and I was like, sometimes you've got to. Okay, I'm not happy with Oba, but him coming off the bench, maybe let's wait until the summer, and you're gone. Even if he said that. Like, you're in the summer, you're not going to be here. So let's just arrange that in the summer. But you've left us light, man. Eddie and Lacks, 3 goals between them. We've got a top 4 race coming up. It's not enough, bro.
But
it's not enough.
But listen, let me say, like, obviously, look, January, I think we played 6 matches. We did get 1 goal. That was poor. December, we got 21 goals in 7 matches. And
we did play Leeds, though.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And we had Norwich as well, and you know, we had West Ham though. So we had Aston Villa, I believe. We had a few matches that, you know, difficult matches. But before that, Aubameyang hadn't scored since October. Do you know what I'm saying?
Tottenham have scored. Oh, is it offside? Oh, thank God for that. Okay. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. It's offside.
It's all good. It's all good. We've got 3 minutes to go.
Sorry
as
about
well.
this. Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool. It's an important match for us, man.
Oh, it is. No, it is given. It's given.
God.
And do you know what they'll do? 3 minutes to go. You know what's gonna happen, innit? I don't even want to say it. Like, don't even break my heart. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, man.
He's offside as well. But yeah. He is offside.
I swear he scored a late one last time as well.
Yeah,
he's offside.
But he's offside. So where's the VAR? Surely they got to chalk this off.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they are checking now. I can see by his face.
Yeah, this is off. If they give this, then this is a joke. Yeah, he's
off.
Offside.
Good.
Yeah, perfect.
Good.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Continue. But yeah, as I was saying, Aubameyang has
breathe.
He hadn't scored since October, so he wasn't really offering nothing. The rumor was obviously there was something going on in the background where he wasn't getting on with Arteta for whatever reason, so he may have not been a positive
option
light in his team.
Option off the bench though, bro. Even for other teams now, even if the striker's off form, if you're thinking, do you know what, Wolves, we need someone off the bench. And the one thing we love about football is always romantic stories. And you would have just been like, Oba's been dead, but I just have a feeling the same way how we feel about Pepe now. I know all of you must think, okay, Pepe ain't been great, but now we're down to the bones. It's just written in the stars, isn't it, that this guy's going to come and, you know, the people who he kind of pushed out, these are the people that you need. And I think Pepe's going to have a lot to say. If he's played, I think he'll have a few things to say for the rest of the season. It'll be an interest. That's another one off the bench as well for me.
Yeah, no, 100%. And for anyone who's watching AFCON, he had a good AFCON, man. He was playing well. You know, he was keeping Zaha, I think I mentioned before, on the bench. So respect to Pepe. I hope he comes through. But Marcelo, in terms of, obviously we do look a bit thin. Lacks is obviously the main guy we would consider up front. Who's your backup option? Would you say it would be Eddie? Is it Martinelli? Or is it a false 9 position where we got ESR coming through? You know, we tried that in Europa, didn't quite work, but he could bring that one again. Or is it Pepe, you know, as that upfront guy? Who would you say is the backup option?
I'll start by saying I don't trust Eddie at all. Period. If I'm being totally honest with you.
Did he score? He scored a hat trick in FA Cup against Sunderland, no?
Yeah,
Is he not that guy?
belongs in like the champion.
Yeah. It's that level.
But yeah, people pointing at that. I'm not saying you are, but people who are like saying he's the guy. I'm like, yo, look at who he's scoring against, and then look at what he did against Everton when he missed from 3 yards out.
And Forest.
So and I'll also say I don't think, if I'm just thinking from Arteta's perspective, and I ultimately agree with him on this, if he barely trusts him on the wing, how is he going to trust him through the middle when you have less time to dwell on the ball, right? You have to be even quicker with your decision making when you're playing through the middle. The main reason I think Arteta has barely played Pepe is that he's so slow sometimes in getting the ball out from his feet and moving the ball on. And I just don't think that through the middle, his decision-making will magically become quick enough to be effective in keeping our attack moving. So if I had to say, once Lacazette's tired, it's tough, I think, to switch mid-game for someone as young as Martinelli to go from playing on the wing the whole game to then moving into striker. But I'd rather see Martinelli.
Yeah, it's done though. Southampton.
Big. Good result.
I'd rather see him as our second option, Martinelli at striker. But then if that's not working, I would be very interested to see Smith Rowe as a false 9, because against Villarreal, that is to this day, I think that's Arteta's worst moment as manager. I think that's still his single worst moment.
And you want to see it again, Marcelo?
Who's our top scorer? Nabir, who's our top scorer this season?
Yeah, not from a false number 9 though.
Yeah, but and I agree with you like this is not the time to experiment. So I agree with you in that sense. Yeah. But if nothing's working, then we might have to. Like if the goals just aren't coming, I'd rather see Smith Rowe than Pepe.
And you know what? The situation we're in at the moment is that Martinelli was played through the middle, I think, beginning of the season. It didn't quite work. Eddie obviously hasn't proven himself at Premiership level, in my opinion. I don't think he scored this season in the Premiership. Pepe, I can't see him having the hold-up play, if I'm honest with you, to be playing that Lacazette role, so to speak. He's not really that guy.
I think he's probably like the best finisher at the club.
He's a finisher. I'll give him that.
That's the problem. I think he's actually the best finisher in the club.
We would have to play to his strengths. Go on, bro.
Yeah, but what you're saying, like, look, the thing is, it's like, because I'm listening now, I'm just trying to philosophize and break this down. So
go.
In football, you don't take off someone to put the same player on there.
You try something new.
You can't just say, okay, we're gonna have Lacazette, and then can Lacazette when you're talking another Lacazette come
100%.
You're gonna have to break, and that front three has to be a little bit more fluid. Now the reason why we spent 70 mil on Pepe is that he wasn't playing on the flank at Lille. He was actually kind of playing in the middle. Now, I know what you say, Marcelo. He's not going. Yeah, we did. That's Pepe. If you watch all his goals for Lille, it's always through the middle. It weren't on the wing and cutting in. So what I'm saying is that I think you're right, Marcelo. We've got to start with Lacazette. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, but in terms of this getting a bit into the last minutes, or we need something different. He can hold the ball up, but we need to kind of change the play quite quickly. So we've got to. He's not going to do the same as Lacazette, and then he will bring other people in. But the thing with him and Semps did say that, which I love, is he is the best finisher, but he's very unpredictable, and that's very scary. That's like very, very scary to get someone else than that, because now the legs are a bit tired, and then you've got this guy thinking, okay, he's one, he is the best finisher. Two, he's got a lot to prove. For me, I think I would, if once Lacazette, I'll put him in there, because Martinelli, I like him in the middle, but I've seen his work off the left. ESR, his best work has not been there, has it really? So I think that'll be the next best option. But again, let's just wait and see. I've seen his Instagram posts saying, he's gonna work hard and stuff. And Mikhail is sitting on the football, just waffling as usual. So let's just see if he brings him on. See what happens.
Let's hope that Lacazette obviously doesn't get injured or anything, and he can Yeah, and also Lacker's fitness. Sometimes I'm a bit concerned with that. He looks like me on a five-a-side pitch sometimes, towards the end of the match. So I don't know if he's going to hold out for the remaining matches, but we'll see. I hope he does, and if not, I'm sure. One thing for sure, Arteta must have been practicing some different options up front, to try something new. I don't think he'd be that naive not to try something new. I'm looking at it. I've got faith. I'm by myself there. Yeah. Look, I want to find out from Kerr as well. What would be your second option as well, bro? In terms of if Laka was injured or we needed another option, wasn't playing too well in the match. We needed something new up front.
I like the Pepe shout.
Yeah. You're a Pepe guy, man.
I like Pepe, but I love Pepe. I don't understand it. Like, I understand, that he's a bit of a maverick. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, he's a bit of a one-off. Yeah, but the guy has just got so much talent. Yeah, that I just feel like he's worth persisting with a little bit, almost.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's the type of player you got to kind of put your arm around a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Until you got to tell Pepe you're the best player in the world out there. You know what I mean.
Can you imagine Pepe?
I can imagine him under a proper man manager, like a Conte or someone. Yeah, I can imagine Pepe.
Wenger with Pepe.
Gosh, just go and express yourself, my guy.
Saka, Martinelli. I always think Saka, Martinelli, and Pepe with Uncle Wenger just go and
that's a different thing.
And I agree. I think sometimes Arteta is a bit rigid in his bad management.
Because Wenger would have loved Pepe. Wenger would have loved Pepe.
If you're not doing what he said, he doesn't if he don't quite get you, it's like no, you step to the side type thing.
JR, you're turning. I knew I was gonna.
Only slightly, bro.
No, I've got Kebs. He's turned now. He's with me. No, I know.
No. I'm not on the dark side yet, bro. I'm not on the dark side yet.
Is too far away. I'm gonna get
too far gone.
Yeah. Nah, Kebs is with me, but you're.
I'm in the middle.
Bro.
I'm in the middle. I'm the man who's on the fence. There's certain man that are always on the fence. They're not on the left, they're not on the right. They're just there in the middle. I'm one of them guys.
Proper on the fence.
Yeah. But so what do you think then, Kerr, in regard to, obviously Arteta spoke about Lacazette being captain to the end of the season. Do you think, I mean, for me personally, I thought it made sense, but a lot of people are saying, obviously Lacazette looks like he's leaving at the end of the season. Give it to someone who's going to be part of our future, i.e. Kieran Tierney or Ramsdale have been names that have been put out there. Do you agree with that idea, or do you think that it should have gone to Lacazette?
To be fair, yeah, if I'm honest, I know Laka's leaving, yeah, but I feel like since being at Arsenal, yeah, I feel like he's been very professional. I feel like you think of the circumstances that you put him in. Like, we bought him before we bought Aubameyang, and when you think we then, within a year, went and bought Aubameyang on top of his head, it was a bit whoa, he was the big 50 million signing, and all of a sudden, bang, 60 million of Aubameyang, flashy, flamboyant Lamborghini man, front flipping and bringing out Marks come running in through the tunnel. It was whoa, this is different gravy.
And even with his friend leaving as well, do you know, you can see they were close, and he still said, you know what, I want to take that position.
I feel like he's always been, though, a model professional at Arsenal. And I feel like he's always, and I feel like every time he's played, I feel like he's always given his all for Arsenal. I've never felt in a game watching Lacazette that he ain't trying, or he ain't, he ain't interested today or whatever. You can't say, he might not always have the best game, but he tries in it. He gets about the
no, he can. 100%. I agree.
To have an influence on the game, I'd say. So, if for that respect, I'd say, look, and a lot of the young players, they look up to him, and that you can see. You see in a lot of the interviews and whatever a lot of the players have given, like the young players, they do look up to Lacazette as well. So I just feel like, look, the end of the day, he's going at the end of the season. I feel like he was vice captain anyway, weren't he?
Yeah, yeah.
For this season. So I just
Yeah.
feel like, look, the main captain's gone. So he might as well just, which is what happens. He steps up to captain till the end of the season. And then that's when Arteta can turn around and say, because Lacker's going, as we all know. And then Arteta can then look at it all in the summer and say, right, pick his captain from that.
No,
and then that's him going forward for the future.
Fair enough. And the bit, I feel like you're shaking your
I
head,
can
bro.
see
I
that.
know, I can see him. I keep
Yeah,
glancing
yeah.
down, man. I can see him just shaking his head in disappointment.
So happy.
Talk to me. What's your thoughts?
Listen. We're giving away that captaincy. There's been more captains than I've had hot dinners, mate, this year. Like, to be honest, at Arsenal Football Club. Listen, he's going in the summer.
Yeah,
Now,
he's been being the
Mikel,
captain in the games though, anyway, isn't it?
he has, but Mikel is coming with, you know what, this is the way we need to do this. You know, we need to set examples and stuff. But the captain is going. Now, I've seen some great captains in my time at Arsenal Football Club. Now, Tony Adams weren't the captain and then saying, oh, well, I'm going Man United at the end of the season. I'm not signing my contract. And he remains captain. For me, if pretend that Arsenal is an office and it's us lot in the office, and Marcelo is outperforming everybody. Like, he really is. Now, JR is going. He's saying, I'm going to the next company anyway, so I'm just down in tools. Kemp's is coming. He's just trying to give you his contacts. And I'm like, nah. This guy is going to, he's going to win Employee of the Month. He's leading the way. You'll be like, hold on a second. This guy's not even committing his future. I like Lacazette. No. I like that Lacazette works hard. But I'm sorry, it's been a poor signing, the Lacazette thing. Because when I look at it and I think, okay, this is a 50-something million pound striker we've signed, yeah? When I look at the old strikers and I think Kanu...
That's a different question though, Nabir, though.
No, okay. No,
that's a different question. Because I could say that he hasn't been the greatest, but what I was just trying to say, in terms of the captaincy thing, like, he's... Do you know what I mean? To be fair to him, like I said, he's been a model professional.
They can both
like,
be true,
though.
He's already
it has to go to Tierney, because... Like,
but hang on, but what I mean is Tierney's not a captain at the moment. So Tierney should have been vice captain then at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, well, that should have happened for me.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where then it should have been. Yeah. But he wasn't, and that's why I'm saying Lacazette, where he was already vice captain, it just makes sense. You might as well step, and you've been captain for the last few games. There's a couple games left of the season. Just finish it out to the end of the season. Then, do you know what I mean? It makes sense more than rather than saying, okay, let me completely change course and give it to someone else, and then.
Okay, no, I see that point. I definitely see that point, because listen, just carry on into the end of the season. But this kind of merry-go-round with the captains is getting, for me.
No, I get that. Our captains have been rubbish for time now. Anyway,
Tierney should be the cap. For me, Tierney should be the captain. He is a model professional, and you know what else I look at it in terms of being young. And we're moving this young team forward. I know he likes Odegaard, but I think to myself, I was only watching it the other day and I realised Tierney, but regardless he's been in Scotland, listen, he's been around winners. He's been about Scott Brown in Celtic. Man has seen lifting titles. Now, the fact that you're young and the fact that you've actually experienced winning leagues and knowing what it takes. Yeah, it is in Scotland, but it doesn't matter.
Winner's a winner.
But I haven't seen. Has he
I'm with you with Tierney. I'm with you with Tierney. I think the only reason he probably ain't already in that leadership group like that anyway, like in terms of being like up there as vice captain or whatever, is for the simple fact that you haven't been able to rely on him being on the pitch.
Yeah. 100%.
That's the thing. Like you want your captain to be ever present, like first name on the team sheet in it, like in terms of reliability. And 100%. Tierney hasn't kind of shown that in terms of
well, the injuries,
not through consistency of performance, but just in terms of like the little niggles and few games that he picks up. Do you know?
So is Ramsdale not a viable option then?
No, you don't give it to goalkeepers.
He's a leader, but the thing for me about a goalkeeper is like, especially when you're already as vocal as him, he's already being basically a captain. And goalkeepers are so removed from the action on the pitch that I just feel like you need someone who's in the thick of the things that are going on, because he's already moving like a captain. You know,
he's doing his thing anyway. Yeah, 100%.
because of how vocal he is. So I feel like we need to give it to someone that is always right in the thick of it, you know?
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, one thing I would say with what you said in the beginning, I understand, I agree. In terms of consistency, in terms of scoring, Lacazette hasn't been that guy, but I would argue the fact that there's other elements to his game that have made him a half decent player. I don't think he's been a legend in any shape or form, but you know, he gets stuck in. His link up play is being one of the better forwards. And also, yeah, he's vocal on the pitch, you know, and there's times when, you know, I can't remember what match it was when the crowd,
Sorry,
you know,
man. I can't.
Bro,
I can't.
listen,
Sorry, man.
every
he's like,
The
Jay,
beer's
shut
just
up.
killing
He's like,
me, bro.
shut your
I'm
mouth.
sitting there just looking
Nah,
at
do you
this
know what it
guy's
is? You know?
lips just quivering at man. I'm just
Are you
like,
for real?
You know
allow
what it
me.
is? What we're saying? Listen, I haven't look. We haven't shopped in you know what I mean, a Audi or you know a quick
Yeah, we
foot,
spent
whatever
big
these
money. We
shops are.
spent big
We
money.
spent big money, and he's wearing the
Yeah,
number 9 shirt. When I look at Arsenal strikers, and I think Rare, yeah, Ian Wright, yeah, he done his thing. Bergkamp, yeah, he done his thing. Shuke was here for a little bit. Kanu, he done his thing. Like I said, yeah, you know, a man worked hard. Hold on a second. We're talking about Matt. No, he worked hard. He did. I'm sorry.
Yeah, if I bought a Lamborghini, I don't expect Skoda doors. You know what I'm saying? So no facts.
You
I
weren't the dumb, man.
I agree with that element. But let me ask you guys a question then. We're talking about legacy now. I don't want to talk about Aubameyang too much because obviously he's moved on. But I just want to make a point. I want to ask you guys each the question in terms of Aubameyang and Sanchez. Who has left the better legacy? So we had a Aubameyang, 128 goals. Let me ask a question first, and then I'll give you the stats. You know, so we'll start with Marcelo.
In just legacy.
Yeah, just in terms of legacy, when you look back and you think, yeah, he was a good player, or he was that guy, who do you think left that mark on you between those two?
I'm going to be honest with you. Well, first of all, better player, better legacy for me, even though he went to Man U, Alexis for me. And the only thing I'll say on top of that is, first of all, I just think that he overall on his day was a better player for us, just like game changer, you know, like
I know
Alexis
what you mean.
make anything happen at any moment. And it hurt the way he went to Man U, but he said after one training session, he regretted it. And that shows how he knows how special Arsenal is.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, man, but like the repeated things Alba did, I just lost a lot of respect for him over time. Like he just repeatedly, bruh, if you look back at everything he did, it's jokes. He treated us like a club. I lost a little bit.
Hey, Marcelo's Arteta's spokesman.
I think you gotta give him a bit more respect than that, man. He stayed when a lot of men weren't staying, bro.
Listen, with Oba and that one, I mean, you're saying that he was very disrespectful and stuff like that. You just need to watch Lacazette's misses. Let's watch 3 minutes of his misses at Arsenal, and I think
that's so different. That's a different conversation.
I kind of know who's been more disrespectful because you're 52 mil and you're like against Burnley. You look, Tomiyasu got blamed. You lot forgot the big chance of the game. Do you remember the big chance of the game?
We can't forget that one.
Oh, and listen, we're focused. Hey, listen, we're focused on the Aubameyang and Sanchez. Why are you bringing Lacazette back into this?
Come on, man.
Where are we going with this? Let's stay focused. Do you agree? Would you say Sanchez has a better legacy than Aubameyang, Nabil, or is that?
Yeah, do you know what? To be fair, I hate that because Aubameyang's goals were just so important. What frustrates me at Arsenal is not keeping certain players there at the time. And for me, there's like 3 players in the Emirates era who I think those are my guys. Like one, Cesc was when I think about the Emirates area. But you're right, Marcelo. Like Sanchez. I fucking love Sanchez. I don't even swear on this thing. Like, I don't think you understand. I love Sanchez. Now, I was up. Do you know what? I was upset, but I wasn't surprised that he left. And he made a mistake because Arsenal, I watched them at Udinese. Barca, they were that good. He was all right. I mean, he scored a mad goal against Real. He was a good striker. Arsenal was the perfect thing. You know, when you go to somewhere and it's like, you know what, I like the food here. You know, the girl like me here, and I'm on good money here. This is the company. You know, it happens, isn't it? Like everybody has somewhere where you're loved. You know, where you're like, nah, do you know what? You lot.
That's my spot.
He's a bit of me.
Bro, everything was perfect for him. He did used to lose the ball a bit, but Wenger's your manager though, so he ain't gonna. Bro, it was perfect. You're right. Big game player, goals. To be fair, you got to look at what you won as well. I think we won 3 FA Cups with him, right?
No, it was two FA Cups. In comparison to Aubameyang's 1 FA Cup, and he got a golden boot.
And Champions League football. So for me, just Sanchez. But Aubameyang's. Can you imagine if we kept Sanchez? Like we kept Sanchez. So you had Sanchez on the left. Can you? I mean, that's what upsets me is that with the Alexis Sanchez again, the boards, maybe a bit of Wenger. You need to show when you got man like that. You need to show ambition. That's like you two. You man are in your relationship. Marcel, you're probably in a little bit young, but I'm saying these two up here are in. Just say they were single guys, and I'm like, listen, man, them come with me to Miami, and then I line you up with the Golden Girls. It's not what you should guys be playing with. You man deserve.
You're about to get me in trouble now, the bear man.
No. But what I'm saying, you man deserves to have the best, innit? Because that's how good Alexis was. You should have said, you know what, every summer we're gonna have to sign someone big. He deserved that. So it was upsetting when he left, man.
Do you know what I loved about him as well is that whereas Aubameyang, I kind of felt that you needed to feed the ball through to him for him to do his magic personally. But I think with Sanchez, yes, he was greedy at times and he misplaced a few passes, but he could carry the ball. He could carry the ball and he can make something out of nothing in a way. I like that. Looking at the stats as well, very similar to be quite honest. So we got Aubameyang 128 appearances. It's his Premiership only, 68 goals. Sanchez 122 appearances and 60 goals for the Premiership. And obviously, so it's very similar. But when you look at the assists, we've got 16 assists for Aubameyang and 31 for Sanchez. So he's he's more of an all-rounder for Sanchez. Do you know what I'm saying in terms of bringing in the rest of the team? So yeah, I think for me personally, I would go with Sanchez. He was frustrating at times because he did lose the ball a lot for me personally, but yeah, he was my guy still. And I can't get over the fact that he done that whole piano thing and all of that with moving to but then it didn't end too well. So it's all good. It's all good. But Kerr, what's your thoughts though, bro? Give me it quickly. Is it Aubameyang for you or is it Sanchez?
Do you know what? Yeah, I do like Aubameyang, and as much as I'd like to say Aubameyang, just out of pure like the type of player that I like to see and whatever, it's got to be Sanchez for me. I thought his time at Arsenal, I thought he was just like a little kind of Red Bull in the team. He was just literally like the energizer. Like he was just, oh mate, he was just a little bundle of energy, wasn't he? He was just all around the place, like making things happen. Like, and like you said, he could score, assist, make things out of nothing. He was just a danger man. On his day, he was unplayable in it. And he was one of them players like that you felt, you know, like we hadn't felt it probably in a while, I wouldn't say. Is, you know, when you have one of them players that you look at in the team and you think, you know what, like we've still got him. You know, like that, like we've still got him. Like he could still do something. He ain't done nothing yet. Like there's still time, you know, like he was one of them players, isn't it? That you look for, man.
Aubameyang was that guy back. He was that guy at a period.
You know what? I don't think. You know what? I always wanted Aubameyang a couple years before we got him. I always thought we got him a couple years too late. If I'm being honest. When I really wanted him was when he was flying at Dortmund, like a couple years before that, and he was just doing madness. And I was like, do you know what? Because I thought he was a little bit more explosive and whatever, a little bit more fearless. But yeah, but I can't disrespect Aubameyang though. He was the fastest Arsenal player in history to 50 goals.
Ever. ever.
ever.
And look at the list.
And look at the
list.
strikers we've had. Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
trying to say. So like,
No,
when you
facts.
look at his goal ratio, yeah, and whatever Arsenal, like overall, and whatever like goal contributions and everything, all in total, like I know you said Premier League, but I think if you probably put everything, and if you put
Yeah,
like the weight on the goals of importance that he scored in his time with Arsenal as well, whether it be the FA Cup wins,
Jeez.
the semi-final, the final, the 2
Yeah,
goals.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like there's certain things that he done, like even like you think the Europa League, all right, we didn't win it, but the runs, he bailed us out time and time again. Like
yeah.
he
Nah,
he done
he's a skeg
he
man.
was
He's a bad man still.
yeah, he was a good player for us, innit? He was,
Yeah,
and I was really upset with the way things ended, innit? And I feel like if he'd had a better ending,
yeah,
because it had ended better, I feel like and because of the way the Sanchez thing had gone, I feel like
yeah,
if you'd asked me this question, you know, like say at the end of this season and
yeah,
Aubameyang was still here, I think I would have probably might have still gone with Aubameyang if he was still doing this
yeah,
normal Aubameyang thing, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
the simple fact that he wasn't, I feel like I got to give it to Sanchez because he was just on a madness.
Right, so it's a unanimous decision. It's gone to Sanchez. So, listen, guys, it's been. We're going to end it now, and I just want to get your thoughts on the result tomorrow. Obviously, Spurs lose. We see Man United draw. So the matches have gone in our favor. This is our opportunity away from home to get some points on the table. I think we're in 7th position now or something like that, but we've got a number of games in hand. If we win our games in hand, we go up to 4th position. I'm going to start with you, Nabear. Are we winning tomorrow? Give me the score as well.
No, we're not winning tomorrow, bro.
Oh,
We're
my
not winning
days.
tomorrow, man.
Oh.
We're not. We're not. No, we're not. No,
I can't even blame man though. I can't even blame him.
We're not winning. Look, guys, I'm not gonna do this to myself this season. No, I'm not. I'm honestly not. We're not gonna win tomorrow. And do you know why? Because in the last 2 seasons, what I have seen from this team, and even when things weren't too great with Wenger, one thing I did like is when we used to smell blood and opportunities. We weren't going to win the league, but when it was around that 4th, we used to kind of take advantage of them games. It was kind of like bread and butter. Like we just used to pray, okay, Burnley at home under Wenger, yeah, this is 4-0. But then obviously we'll have a tough game against Liverpool. I haven't seen Arsenal be ruthless enough when we've had opportunities to take advantage in the league. And this is another one. Yeah. Like Arteta, if he comes to me, I said, the one thing you've taken out is the ruthlessness, because before that top 4 was like a specialist for us. You knew, listen, Wolves away, yeah, we'll win this, innit? Yeah. But I'm just looking at this now, I'm thinking you've had 2 weeks off, you've shipped out who you wanted to ship out, you've gone to Dubai, everybody's come back with a tan. You know, but at the end of the day, we need goals, and we got 2 men that have only got 3. I don't know where they're coming from, and it can't just keep being Saka again. Just give the ball to Saka, give the ball to Saka. This ain't the NBA, man. You know what I mean? This is football. Other man have to chip in. So for me, I think we may lose that one 2-1, and then this Tottenham result is just going to be wasted. Yeah, I can't see it. I want to be wrong, but I can't see it.
Well, okay, Marcel. After that positivity, what result do you give us tomorrow against Wolves? Is that a win there?
This is a good order we're going in, because it's gonna getting slightly more positive, I guess, because I don't see us winning either. But
wow.
I don't see us losing though either. I see a 0-0 in this one. I see a 0-0. Because for me, let's see, Wolves have 19 goals in 21 games. Okay, so they're not scoring, right? Yeah. But they're also barely conceding. And I just still don't, like, you could read it so many different ways. We had 2 weeks off, so maybe we're ready with a new plan, but that's being so optimistic. I still need to see us scoring in order to believe that we're going to be scoring. So I see a 0-0. But, you know, and I almost changed my answer after this Spurs result, but I was like, let me not jump ahead of myself right now. 0-0. But I have faith that we could just maybe finish above Spurs, but that's already me getting carried away after one result.
That's all good. It's than the beer, man. Listen, I'm about to listen to Expressions and hear his rant. So, Kerr, I want you to give it to me now, bro. Are we gonna win tomorrow? Are we gonna lose? We're gonna draw. Let me know. Come on, positivity, bro. We haven't had no positivity.
No peer pressure.
Let the man
No,
answer.
you do your thing. You do your thing. My bad. You do your thing.
We
Go,
had
go.
lose, draw, and another lose. Sorry, man.
Oh, bro.
Wow.
I've got him.
I think we're gonna lose.
That's my new sign.
You've gone to the dark
I feel
side,
like we've
bro.
always,
You've gone to the dark side, man.
bro.
Nah,
Man,
but I hear where you're coming from.
Listen, I hope I'm wrong in it. Like, I really do. Like, all my days, like, please be wrong in it. But I just don't see it. Like, if I'm being honest, I feel Wolves are a good team. They're playing at home. They always seem to have their tails up when they play us. And I feel like they're playing well at the moment. Like we said, they're not conceding many goals. They're not scoring that many. But I feel like we've always got a little thingy in us at times. If it ain't our first team, like if we've got Cedric at right back, for example, instead of Tomiyasu starting, then I'm not as comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like, if we've got our first choice 11 going out there, like in terms of our first,
he's gone goal for the victory. I think we've got Thomas Partey, and we've got Xhaka playing together. And for that reason, I think we needed that midfield back as a combination. And if the right Xhaka turns up, I think we can get the victory. But I agree with what Nabil was saying in the sense that when we need to get that victory, we don't seem to do it. So we'll see how it goes from there. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory. Madman. Yeah. So
I love it.
I'm a madman. That's why I support Arsenal. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it there, guys. It's been a pleasure talking Arsenal with you guys and chopping it up. Until next time, peace.